Okay, in this video I want to explain the process of your lab 0. We're not calling this the first lab because in this lab you will simply set up everything you need for the rest of the semester. It involves completing 4 tasks. The first task is to join a group, a presentation group that will occur later in the semester. The second task is setting up your announcements if you haven't done so, or if you want to. This is optional. The third task involves locating the materials for this class, all of the exam notes, quiz notes, and so on. And the last task involves setting up your My IT Lab so that I can recognize your account. At this point, you should have already obtained a My IT Lab account before you can complete this task number 4. So for the first task, you need to get into your Canvas shell and go to the course. So in this case, we're going to the 1000 course.
In this video, I am using the course shell from spring 2017. Once you get into your course shell, to join a group, you will click on People. Once you click on People, because I have 3 sections, you will see your section time at the top of this window. Click on your particular section time and you will then see a list of the groups. The groups will be explained in a handout given out in class. You will simply join a group by dragging your name into one of these groups. Please note that these groups are capped at 3 students per group until all the groups are filled. Once the groups are filled, I will then specially assign randomly the rest of the students to a particular group.
Once you have joined those groups, you will then go on to task number 2. Task number 2 involves creating your notifications so that it will notify you directly through either email, your cell phone, or whatever, or all of the above if you choose. So you can simply go here and go to announcements and change this so whenever I send out an announcement, it will come directly to you. Yikes, there's my cell phone, so we won't show that. Okay. Task number 3 involves getting the notes. To get the notes for this class, you can simply go to the Files tab, and under the Files tab you will see all the notes for the class. Now the notes are zipped up in a folder that you can download that contains everything in its entirety, or you can click on this folder, which is actually expanded to give you the exam notes, the quiz notes, the binary number notes, or any notes you may need, lecture notes. This involves the first 3 tasks. After you have completed these 3 tasks, you will then move on to the My IT Lab task. Again, for this task you must have the account all set up. Once the account is all set up, you will come into a view that looks like this. It is important that the first time you use My IT Lab, or I should say during this lab, but before you actually use it, that you set up your class code that you were given last week in class. Okay, to do that you will simply click on this time zone and change student ID. In this window you'll find a place for student ID. Here is where you will type in your class code. So let's say my class code is 459. I'll type that in there, scroll down to the bottom, and then click Save. Now someone may have that class code, so let me change this to 471. Scroll down and then click Save. Once you do that, your class code is now set up and I can easily retrieve your grades based on your class code. Okay. Time will permit in the lab for you to play around with My IT Lab, so you can simply go to the course Materials tab to get to all the materials. Please do not click on the assignment calendar because it will display more information than what you need. So by clicking on the course materials tab, you will be able to get into any assignment, any lab, any training that you would like to get into. In the next video, I will talk about all of these folders. But while you still have time, you can open up the training folder and go to the first lab. The first lab deals with word processing. You can simply click and open it up, and after you have been through the overview of My IT Lab, you will have a better sense of what to do with this training. This concludes this video on Lab 0.